All right, well, Cody Rubey here with KNCY Country, and I have with me over the phone Mr. Chad Bishoff, one of my favorite interview subjects ever. And the last time we talked, it was all about the Prom Peru project. Could you tell us about the progress on that?
Well, actually, it's really exciting. We ended up, after the 15-minute documentary got released, within 72 hours, we hit #2 in the world with just under 500,000 hits.
Wow. And where would somebody go to check out this 15-minute documentary?
Well, it's in Spanish, and so if you go to YouTube and type in Peru, Nebraska, English subtitle, you'll be able to pull up the video right away, and you can watch the documentary, and it'll have the English subtitles, so you can actually see, what's going on.
Right on. And what did you think was the, well, I guess a two-part question. Number one, what was your favorite part of conducting the Peru project? Number two, what was the most gratifying part?
Well, as a producer, a lot of my stuff is logistics, making sure that all the pieces are where they're supposed to be and that everything is ready to go. I think that for me, personally, one of the things that I was in charge of was getting that bus that said Peru on the side wrapped. And that one task alone almost fell through. And so just in the nick of time, we ended up getting a crew to wrap that bus overnight. And so when I saw the aerial shot of the bus pulling into Peru, I just about lost it. I mean, it was absolutely, beautiful. It looked great, and it was really cool to see that come together.
I bet, dude. That sounds like you had a decent time.
Oh, absolutely.
You are currently working on a project that is taking place in Lincoln, and it just, from the information that I gathered, that it sounds like this is going to be a little bit longer than a 15-minute documentary.
That is correct. No, we're actually producing a full-feature film called Vino Veritas. In Wine, There's Truth is what the translation is, and the film is very much that. It's about two couples who get together on Halloween night and get drunk on Peruvian blue frog wine, believe it or not.
Wow.
And the wine acts as a truth serum, and it's all about the crazy, comedic, heartfelt antics that take place following.
And exactly how far along into this project are you?
Our first day of principal photography kicks off this coming Sunday, and so we're finalizing the last of everything. All of the actors have arrived. We're in full dress rehearsals right now, and just getting ready to go.
All right. And you said that you had some rehearsals going on today.
That is correct.
And you, in fact, mentioned a stuntman before we started recording our interview here. Could you tell us how the rehearsals and the stunt thing have been going?
Well, like I was saying, a dear good friend of mine, Andy Stout, he's a stunt coordinator, and he came in from Chicago to help get everything ready to go. There isn't a lot of stunts in this. It's just there's some technical timing to this because it's actually based off of a stage play. And so some people may have seen the stage play for Vino Veritas. But he's come in to make sure that, when they're chasing, the other actors around with golf clubs, that they're not actually, whacking them in the face or anything like that.
Well, I guess that's a good thing, depending on who would be not getting whacked.
Absolutely.
Now, did you guys actually have some of this Peruvian wine over there?
You know what? Thankfully, there's none actually on set, because I have a bad feeling the director would be, having us all drink this wine, and then I don't know if we want to always actually hear what follows, though.
I'm with you there, man. I bet if that were that easily accessible, our boss would probably have us on truth serum as well. So
I want to know what you're really thinking.
No kidding. All right, so now I've checked out some of this on the internet, and it is available for reviews thus far on the Internet Movie Database, correct?
Yeah, that is correct. We do have our IMDb page up, and you can see the poster for the film, which I think is really cool, with the blue frog perched on the tipped-over wine glass that's spilling a little bit of, blue remnants of wine.
Could you tell me what about this project appealed to you to where you wanted to be a part of it, or were you approached on this one as well?
Yeah, after reading the script, I think the thing that appealed to me is it's not a teen comedy. It's definitely adult-oriented film. The actors are all playing characters that are in their 40s. They all have kids. they all have families. Their marriages have become very mundane. They're very much in this day-to-day. And I think there's a thing that'll hit home with a lot of people about this film, because I think there's a lot of realism to it.
So that obviously appealed to you, the realism and, well, perhaps honesty, for lack of a better term?
Yeah, correct. Which is interesting because I'm, still single. So I can't actually relate to a lot of the stuff that's in there, but having been a creative for so many years, I can definitely displace my thoughts, and it was definitely a very fun script. It's a very funny script. The actors are absolutely wonderful.
Well, as far as being single goes, you and I are in the same boat, man. It's always about a girl, right?
That's right. It is always about a girl.
Damn straight. Now, I did have a question in mind here, and I swear to God, it just escaped me. Lincoln. You guys are filming in Lincoln, so I imagine that a lot of Nebraskans will more than likely see some familiar territory. Exactly, where have you been filming? Like, what parts might look familiar to some people?
Actually, the entire film takes place in one house. And so, other than one scene that we're shooting at Russ's Supermarket just next door, we're actually in the same house for the entire shoot, which logistically makes it very great.
Wow. I'm sure it makes it a little bit easier on continuity and stuff like that.
Absolutely. And there is a lot, and I guess since we are shooting, you brought up Lincoln. One of the things that I do want to say is, when we were doing another interview, they said, what are the advantages and disadvantages to shooting a project in Nebraska? And one of the things that over the last 10 years I've encountered that I absolutely love is everybody is still so willing to help. We have had so much support from the location. We're actually doing hair, makeup, and wardrobe and catering in Trinity Church, right next to the location. They've opened up their doors and they're giving us the location to prep in. We've got fantastic deals all over the place, and everybody is just so interested in throwing their information into our film and helping us out. It's been wonderful.
Right on, dude. That sounds like it's actually going quite well. Mm-hmm. I imagine there's going to be quite a lot of waiting, as there would be with any film, like with production, post-production, and, well, anything that goes along with that. You being in the film industry, you'd know a lot more about that. But when perhaps could we see the release of this film?
Well, the film is supposed to be cut and ready to go by next spring. And so it's going to be a little bit of waiting. I'm sure a lot of people will forget that we even filmed it before it gets released or anything like that. But, we're slated to have everything, put together and ready to go and viewable by sometime this coming spring.
Aside from the Internet Movie Database, is there another website that listeners could go to check out more information on this film?
No, right now, I would say anybody that's interested in kind of following who's getting involved and who's in the film and all that stuff can just go to imdb.com and type in Vino Veritas in the search field, and it'll pop right up.
And of course, you, Mr. Chad Bishoff, you have a website as well, and that would be
chadbishoff.com.
Hey, that's going to be a hard one to remember.
One of the things I do want to say, if you don't mind me throwing a couple shout-outs, is that all right?
By all means.
This entire film would not be possible if it wasn't for Glacial Till Vineyard. They're actually our largest sponsor and absolutely wonderful family-owned business. And they've supplied a lot of the funding. We did a fundraiser out there the other day. That's a beautiful vineyard. And anybody that's interested in buying their wine, they definitely need to do so, because their wine is actually featured in the film.
Wow, hey. I'm a little bit of a wino myself. I think I might be able to, once my wallet gains a little more weight, might be able to make my way over to Lincoln and perhaps buy some.
You should.
Yeah, I actually have a cousin or two that resides in Lincoln, so I need to make it over there sooner or later anyhow.
Well, if you make it up while we're filming, you'll have to come by the set. I'd love to introduce you to some of the cast and crew and give you a first-hand look at what we're doing. Well,
that would be awesome. How long are you going to be over there exactly?
Principal photography is taking place from this Sunday, so we'll be shooting the 17th through the 29th. So it's a 2-week shoot. It's a very fast shoot, but our DP, our director of photography, is John Beamer, and he did 79 episodes of Law and Order. He's used to shooting TV. He's used to working fast, and we also have a great cast. We got Carrie Preston from HBO's True Blood, and a number of other actors that are just wonderful. A lot of stage background, and so since we've been rehearsing like a stage play, we should be able to crank through our 8 pages a day and be done in 2 weeks.
Right on, man. And when you do wrap up in Lincoln, is it back to Omaha for Mr. Bischoff?
It is back to Omaha for me, and I got a couple of projects in the works, and going to be searching for the next big thing.
Would you be able to shed a little bit of light on those other projects?
There is rumblings of our TV show that I directed in New Zealand, Backpackers Wanted. There is rumblings that they may be getting the sponsors needed to move forward, and they're hoping that we can shoot about 5 episodes of that show next year across the world. And so we'd be back on the road for that project. But
now, we're going to drift from professionalism and get a little bit personal here. How have things...
Sure, get personal with me. That's fine.
Right on. So, you kissed your first girl at what age? No, I'm joking.
I'll answer it. I have no shame.
Well, I have yet to experience that, so now I'm joking.
You're a liar.
But, so how has things been going for Mr. Bischoff? I know that you said you've been quite busy, and you and I are in the same boat there as well, but what's been going on, man? Has the flood affected you at all?
The flood has not affected me, thank God. But I know it's affected a lot of people. It's very sad what's going on, and but luckily I'm on the other side of Omaha and have been steering clear of it, above everything.
Yeah, that makes one of us, man. As you may recall, I'm actually a resident of Hamburg, which seems to be making national news at this point.
Wow.
And, yeah, so due to Highway 2 being closed, I've been, staying temporarily in Nebraska City, going back to Iowa on the weekends. I guess, try to wear a smile through all of it,
Yeah, that's true. You have to.
So, you going to go try to see Motley Crue in August?
It depends on if I'm here. I'm actually slated to finally take a 1-week vacation in August. I'm just waiting to find out when. I'm finally going to go spend some time with the family and do some fishing and try to turn off the phone for a minute.
Hey, there you go. And is the family located in Omaha as well?
Yeah, my family's here in Omaha, but we've had a cabin up on 10 Mile Lake up in northern Minnesota since my mom was first born, so I'll spare the age, but we've been going up there for a number of decades. Beautiful lake, had some wonderful times there, so I'm looking forward. I also do a lot of writing out there, so I'm working on my next novel. I'm looking forward to, like I said, turning off the phone and sitting with my computer and doing some fishing and spending some time with my family.
Everybody needs that from time to time. Hopefully I'll get a break like that sooner or later, but until then, like I say, it's all smiles.
You need to take a vacation. I know they're working you like crazy, but you need to try to figure out how to take a few days off and just, chill out and let your mind wander.
Yeah, that's the only way to recover, my friend. But are there any other final notes you'd like to slip in while we still have the time?
Final notes. I really want to say thank you to everybody that's been involved, from both everybody in and around Peru, everybody in and around Lincoln and Omaha, and Lori Richards at the Nebraska Film Office. I mean, she works very hard and is always fighting for our cause to try to get film tax incentives here in Nebraska. We're one of very few states that don't have tax incentives, and everybody here is trying so hard to offer breaks, be very flexible with their rates, and so we can try to compete with other states that have tax incentives. And we're fighting the cause. We continue to fight for them. And in the meantime, she's out there really trying to pull more projects to the area and, keeping everybody here employed and getting work.
Right on, man. Well, once again, as with the last project, the Prom Peru, once things keep rolling along, dude, you send information my way and I'll be sure to get it out there.
I'd be happy to. It's always nice to be on your show and talk and have some fun. And it's just nice to talk to you because you're a cool dude.
Hey. Back at you, my friend. At the very least, stay in touch with yours truly.
I will. We will. We'll be in touch soon, man. Like I said, please come on out and see us if you can get up here.
Well, I will certainly do my damnedest. I need to get back to Lincoln. It's been a while. And if I do, I will certainly hit you up on the Book of Faces.
Wonderful.
All right, Chad. Well, I got to say thanks a lot for getting a hold of me about this. This is awesome. And thanks for having the time to come on KNCY and tell us what you're up to, dude.
Anytime.
Anytime you have the time, I do as well. Take care, Mr. Bischoff, and I hope to talk to you in the near future.
All right. Thank you very much.
All right. Later, Chad.
Later.